in-state rivalry. This rivalry gets chippy every year. It's always back and forth. Both of these teams are legit. I think last year it went to 18-16 Game 3. We're in for a treat. This is Rob St. Clair saying thanks for joining us live on Purdue's YouTube page. This is the first of, I think, 5 matches in a row that'll be live streamed here on this channel. Got a lot of great BTMVA action to bring you. It's the first day of the 2020 season. Teams shaking hands. We are ready to get into this thing. This tournament is always an interesting exhibition in lineup management because today alone, every team is going to play 5 matches. And the way you manage your lineup across 5 matches is really interesting. So a team that's deep is going to have a big advantage. We saw Purdue on stream a couple hours ago. They beat Wisconsin 2-0 in a kind of sloppy effort by both teams, but an impressive win for the Boilermakers. Saw a lot of Jake Watkins that match. We'll see who Purdue puts out there this time around. And right away, no Watkins on the lineup. It'll be Ross Bear and 6th-year graduate student Victor Souza on the outsides. Gavin Noel, the freshman, number 31 in white on the near side, one of the 2 middle blockers for Purdue. Actually, sorry, Ross Bear at the opposite this match, moving to the right pin from the outside where he played earlier. Number 14, Keelan Burns, another freshman on the outside, this time for Purdue. Interesting choice. Purdue's definitely got a plan with their roster. I think a lot of these things are sometimes preset going into the tournament, but this is a big match. You'll see how the lineups develop based on the results of the first set and maybe beyond. Look for a lot of number 21 Garrett Diedrichs for Indiana. A middle by trade, but playing on the outside pin this time. It'll be Jackson Wild, number 6, the setter, to start us off. Right away, a big-time stuff block. James Snyder making an impact right away, closing the door on Pace Balster. Indiana in red on the far side of your screen. That's Weil again. Similar run that time, and right on the sideline, Balster with a repeat. Great set choice by Heron. I like that repeat a lot. That can be a thing in the scouting report about setters, that they will go back to a hitter immediately after that hitter gets blocked or makes an error. Having Ross Bear on the right side for Purdue enables him to play all 6 rotations and have a D-ball option out of the back row. We talked about that a lot in the Wisconsin match. This is basically a free ball chance here for Purdue. And Bear on the right through the block and down. There's a big seam for number 6 and white to take advantage of that time. A good delivery by the setter, Heron. Number 20 will continue to serve. Decent pass by Diedrichs. Good block by Souza. That one's not coming back. Nice work by number 10 in white, Victor Souza from Belo Horizonte, Brazil. This is his 6th season playing for Purdue. There were a couple years where he was back in Brazil in between. His first nationals was in Kansas City in 2015. But going back to Kansas City this summer. Good block touch and almost run down by Burns, but it's going to be a kill for number 2 in red, Camden Hill for Indiana, the lefty on the opposite pin. Diedrichs to serve. Handled by Bear. And another block Snyder again one-on-one with the middle. That was a heck of a pass by Ross Bear, who's not even in the passing pattern in this with this lineup choice. Diedrichs has played a lot of middle. They've moved his big arm to the outside, using him in all 6 rotations. Nice move by Indiana. That serve clips the tape, and it's going to be an ace. That hit libero Matt Sarnowski right in the chest. Purdue featuring 3 freshmen in the starting lineup in this match. Diedrichs again leading 4-3. That's a pretty good pass by Sarnowski, but just a little bit too far over the net. Hare in the back row setter. Helpless. Just watches James Snyder put that away. And Indiana rolling with momentum, making a lot of noise on their bench and on their side of the court. They've always been that way to get in teams' heads. Ace serve again! Heck of a rip into the seam by Diedrichs. Six serving 3, Indiana. And finally, the bleeding stops with a service error. Victor Souza to serve, has a lot of good service options. Will probably go for the jump spinner. Yes, he will. Perfect pass. And a pretty good block move by Bear, but not good enough to stop Kevin McCarthy, number 8 in red on the far side, the other outside hitter for Indiana. Snyder's first look at the service line. Float serve, good pass by Burns. Bear on the right side, through a seam in the block again, not a play. First look at the service line for number 29 in white, Pace Ballster, native of Madison, Wisconsin. Float serve working on Diedrichs. Good dig by Souza. Bear can run this down. Tipped out of the middle, up, pancake play is made. Ball barely kept alive. Free ball coming here for Purdue. Bear off the block. I think that ball's kept alive as well. And the overpass finally put away by Gavin Noel. What a play by both teams. That is what the fans here came to see, and we've got a great crowd for this match. This rivalry means a lot to everybody in the state of Indiana. Ballster again. Maybe that was a stuff block. Maybe that was right into the net. Regardless, that's going to be a point for Purdue. We're tied up at 7. It's going to be interesting to see how Garrett Diedrichs passes the ball. A middle by trade. I don't know how long he's been playing the outside hitter position for. If I were Purdue, I'd pick on him serving. That one clips tape. Is that kept alive? No, it's not. Basically an ace serve for Pace Ballster. And Purdue takes the lead. An unlikely suspect to be doing some damage from the service line. Rotation 3 receive here for Indiana. Out of system, libero keeps that ball alive, sent over by Hill. Free ball for Purdue. Dumped over by the setter. Out of system play right on the net. Joust won by Ross Bear. But the dig by Ballster went wide on the Indiana side. And the Hoosiers escaped the run. Substitution in number 92, Kevin Hodges, a backup setter. And number 9, Garrett Bess. Got a 6-2 offense being run over by Indiana. Back row setter always, front row opposite always. And right away, right off the bench, Bess with a left-handed put away on the overpass. Hodges, the setter, a senior from Palos Park, Illinois. Float serve on Burns' hands. Such a fast set to Bear, who smokes that ball down the line. We talked about how fast the Purdue offense is run before in the Wisconsin broadcast. Man, when they pass the ball perfectly, Jack Heron really likes to get that ball out to the pins with pace. Ace serve on the floater by Ross Bear. Got the better of Alex Ariso that time. The Indiana libero, number 5 in white on the far side. Tipped into the net by Bess. No touch detected. And another thing we've talked about before already is lefties being stuck on the left side in rotation 1, and sometimes they're not comfortable over there. We saw it in the Wisconsin match. We see it again here. One byproduct of the 6-2 for Indiana as they get trapped in rotation 1 twice rather than once. Right on cue, a nice recovery swing by Bess on the left side beats the seam in the block. Indiana trails by 1, 10 serving 11. That serve handled by Bear. Was that ball touched on its way out of bounds? No, it was not. Indiana ties it up at 11. McCarthy serving for Indiana. That ball well watched out of bounds. One of the dynamic freshmen for Purdue, Keelan Burns, 6'3", outside hitter out of Deerfield, Illinois. And a rather freshman-like service error there, unfortunately, for the Boilermakers. As Ariso goes back to serve for Indiana, Snyder returns to the game in the middle blocker spot for the Hoosiers. Beautiful pass by Souza. Into the block and covered. Free ball chance here for Indiana. To the right side to Bess again. Nice block touch. Pretty much a free ball here for Purdue. Souza to the cross court, right on the end line and in. That's a kill for the Brazilian and a point for the Boilermakers. Number 7 in black, Matt Sarnowski, freshman libero out of Barrington, Illinois, for the Boilermakers. Float serve short, working on his counterpart libero over there. Smoked cross body by Snyder. Heck of a swing by number 22 in red. He's letting the fans know about it. And the 6-2 substitution coming back in. Jackson Wild, the center, Camden Hill, the opposite. Indiana with lefties on the right side in all 6 rotations. Great fix by Heron. Beautiful grab by the front row center. And Ballster puts it away with no opposition from the block. Nice play by number 20 in white. He'll go back to serve. Now in the back row. Pretty good pass from Diedrichs there. He'll get the ball on the right side and into the block, but down on the Purdue side. We're tied up at 14 as Diedrichs found a small seam. Diedrichs had the big service run last time. Not a good overpass that time by Sarnowski. And the block out of bounds. Didn't touch anyone on its way out. That's a kill for Kevin McCarthy and the Hoosiers. They take the lead 15-14. That ball sprayed out of bounds by Diedrichs, and Purdue gets out of that rotation. Nice serve by Souza. Barely kept alive by Hill. Pretty much a free ball chance here, and another overpass by Sarnowski. That's 2 consecutive big mistakes on pretty manageable balls. That will be something to follow, as how rigidly Purdue sticks to their plan lineup-wise. Priorities between that and winning this match. Ballster wrist away, kept alive but not for long. It's a kill for number 29 in white once again. Pretty good pass by Diedrichs. Blocked by Bear, but kept alive. And then one on the joust by Noel. Nice play by Purdue on serve, and it's proving that this rotation 3 serving with Balser at the line has so far been the moneymaker for the Boilers on serve. Good pass by Ariso. To Hill on the right side, down the line. May have been going out of bounds, but touched by Balster and left back defense. We're tied up at 17. (6-2) substitution in once again for Indiana. Hodges to serve. Nice fast offense generates an almost 1-on-none. And Burns of Purdue beats the block into the block and out of bounds. Purdue retakes the lead by 1 with Bear back to serve. Another good pass by Diedrichs. Nice play by Souza, keeping that alive, and a great bump set. Rolled over by Burns. Libero's going to have to set this ball. No, actually, Bess on 2 just hits it out of bounds. And an important point there as Purdue takes a 2-point advantage, which somebody will need in order to take this set. We play to 25, but you must win by 2. That pass handled by Clifford. That ball not touched into the block, but it's not going to matter as Indiana can't pursue it. Hitting error by Kevin McCarthy. And now trailing by 3, Indiana's going to have to call timeout here. Not a particularly dominating serving performance by Purdue, but they're putting the ball on the right people and executing the right matchups. It's paid dividends in this late stage of set number 1. Indiana, conversely, had the one huge run from Diedrichs early in the set. It'll be interesting to see, as close as this match continues to be, if Indiana runs out of substitutions. They're using 4 subs every 6 rotations on that 6-2. And if they go around enough times, or if a set goes into extra points, they might be stuck with one of those combinations where they may not be used to practicing there. That will be something to follow. This is rotation 1 receive, with Best the lefty on the left side for Indiana. Hodges to Clifford, tipped over the top, dug by Bear. Not a good bump set from Sarnowski, has to send over a free ball. Back row setter again. And Best rolled over the top and down. An important point for the Hoosiers to get out of that rotation. Giving themselves 2 episodes of rotation 1 receive by virtue of the 6-2. And McCarthy's going to serve here with the jump spinner. Handled off the net by Souza. This is going to Burns on the left side, into the block. And harmlessly out of bounds for Purdue. They lead 21-18. And now comes in to play a drill that I know Purdue's done before, and several other teams practice, simulating the endgame score of 21-18. You have to terminate on that 3-point lead and learn how to come back from that 3-point deficit. Way inside set to the lefty. The joust kept alive, but not for long, and the block is good from Purdue. Kind of a setting mistake there from Hodges. Purdue leads by 4. 22-18. Burns with kind of a hybrid serve. I like that look. Diedrichs into the block is covered. That's got to be a double contact, but not called. Run down by Burns in the back row. Quick tempo ball to Bear. That's down on the D-ball. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You will never see a back row D-ball run that fast as it was just there from Heron to Bear. And another timeout called by Indiana, their final of the set. They trail by 5. I don't think it's any secret that these two teams do not like each other. Anybody familiar with the Purdue-Indiana rivalry knows a thing or two about the differences that these two teams have had in the past on several different courts and several different sports. Both fan bases looking forward to the upcoming basketball rivalry. These teams have yet to play this season. They'll play twice. Burns out of the timeout with the hybrid again, working on Ariso. Diedrich's tipped over the top, handled by Bear. Heron tried to return his own rebound on one, but he missed it into the tape. And Ariso will serve for Indiana. Snyder back into the front row in the middle spot. Rotation 5 receive here for Purdue. Nice hands by Souza on the pass. No out of the middle, blocked but covered. The joust won by Indiana but kept alive. This ball's right on the net for Souza. That ball mishit, no touch on its way out of bounds. And Indiana now trails only by 3, 20 serving 23. Remember, you've got to win by 2. Indiana still has some work to do here. Ariso again. Passed off the net by Burns. Souza on the left side. Touched, kept alive. Free ball coming. Souza again. Cross court is dug by Ariso. But right onto the net and tipped to the floor by Diedrichs for Indiana. The Purdue block could not reset and get in position fast enough, and Indiana trails by 2. Ariso continuing to serve. Nice hands by Sarnowski. Souza! Crushed cross court on the one-on-one, and that'll bring up set point. 4 of them for the Boilermakers. Rotation 3 receive here for Indiana as the gym erupts and claps for the set point serve. Nice block by Balsters. Ball's kept alive. Free ball coming. Sarnowski with not enough sauce on that ball to get it back over the net. And 1 set point saved by Indiana. Still need 2 on the impending serve of the incoming setter, Jackson Weil, the 6'2", original 2 players back into the match for the Hoosiers. Weil, the setter, Hill, the opposite. Got to serve in. Oh, what a dump by Heron! And that'll put the set away. A beautiful reverse right-handed throwdown. And Purdue takes the set 25-22. But this match is far from over. We will be right back with set number 2. Don't go anywhere. Set number 2 coming your way. Purdue won the first 25-22 in the battle of the Indiana State schools. Purdue, the reigning Big Ten champions, already 2-0 on the day, and are able to flex their depth a little bit. They've got options in most of the positions and can rotate guys in and out to keep players fresh for a long tournament like this. That actually makes a huge difference this weekend and all season long, especially when the teams get to Kansas City. Kansas City will be the culmination of the NCVF season at Nationals in mid-April. Long way to go to get there. I want to take a second to thank the Volleyball League of America for providing our live stream. Please give them a follow at VLA Volleyball on Instagram. Check out the website, YouTube page. They will have a ton of great volleyball content to follow throughout the summer between April and July-ish as the latest effort to bring professional men's volleyball to the United States. That is worth following. You're going to love watching those matches. Couple BTMVA alums playing on VLA teams this summer, as it turns out. And Heron will get things started in set number 2. That ball barely kept alive by Diedrichs. Free ball opportunity here. Can Purdue get on the board first? Not quite yet with the roll shot by Bear. Returned with the roll shot by Diedrichs. Bear again on the right, and that's going to score cross court off the defensive hill. I like what I'm seeing by Ross Bear on the right side so far. A very different style choice than Luca Von Lintel, the other opposite for Purdue. He's putting the ball in play, giving him a right side option, which is a really important part of the offense. Hill on the right side with the left hand. Good dig by Burns. Coming outside to Souza over the top of the block, dug by McCarthy. Pushed all the way outside, and Diedrichs is rejected by Balster. Could have been a double contact anyway. It's a Purdue point nonetheless. A quick 2-0 start for the Boilers. Short float serve by Heron, passed well off the net. This is going to be pretty much another free ball here. Right on the net. That ball barely missed the live stream camera. I think Purdue's going to take that point on some violation that was called. Balster hit that ball a mile out of bounds. But that ball, Indiana must have touched the net or something. 3-0 Boilermakers. And similarly, way out of bounds is that attack by Snyder. 4-0 Purdue. Some weird stuff going on here early on set number 2. Diedrichs tipped into the block, and the block is good, but a net violation committed by Purdue. A huge bailout point for Indiana. One of the Purdue blockers touched the net there. And now the setter into his comfortable back row position is Jackson Weil back to the service line. Balster, awkward connection there between him and Heron, fails to make it over the net. And Indiana trails now only by 2 serving 4. Rotation 1 receive for Purdue on the far side. Nice set by Souza. But another hitting error, this time Bear trying to go too sharp cross court. Bear again, this time off the block and out of bounds. Unlucky break for Snyder of Indiana. He was all over that ball, just hit the wrong part of his arm. Souza, the Brazilian, with the jump serve coming. Beautiful pass by Diedrichs. Impressed with how he's handled the ball so far. And that's what they really put him on the pin to do, is bomb balls through the seam just like that one. Garrett waves hi to the camera there. What a crazy serve that was. Not a single bit of spin on it. Tossed it like a jump serve. I think that was a mishit, honestly. But it turned out to be a vicious ace. We're tied up at 5. A similar mishit, very different result. That one way out of bounds. Ball stood a serve in what's proven to be a really effective rotation for Purdue in this match. Good pass by Diedrich's hands. Hill on the right side. Through the block and couldn't be dug by Souza. Nice swing by number 2, the lefty. Float serve by Snyder, the middle blocker. One-handed set to bear on the right side into the block and covered. Right up on the net. Overpass dug by Diedrichs. Burns into the block and falls just out of the reach of the Hoosier defenders. I'm impressed with Garrett Diedrichs playing 6 rotations for Indiana. Proven to have the tools to survive at the outside hitter position. McCarthy on the left side, off the block and out of bounds. Another kill for number 8 in red. And here comes the 6-2 substitution for Indiana. New setter, new opposite. Hodges, the setter, number 92 to serve. The lefty Best to the right pin at the opposite. Good pass by Sarnowski. Burns tipped down the line. Nice move by Best to keep that alive. Out of system set coming here for Diedrichs out of the pipe. And he misses that one low into the net. Purdue retakes the lead 8-7. Hybrid serve, nice by Burns. Platform set way outside to Best, and he makes a hitting error into the net. Another chapter in the saga of left-handers struggling on the left side. Passed off the net by Diedrichs. Best on the left side again. Tipped into the block, covered for now. Free ball going to be sent over here. Where does Heron go with this one? He dumps it over. And a pancake play made, but not kept alive for long by Indiana. And the nice choice by Heron, taking the offense into his own hands. Hybrid serve by Burns again, working on Ariso. This is basically another free ball coming from McCarthy. Heron to Souza again, right down the line, but just out of bounds. I don't think that ball was touched. I think that was just pulled a little too far across Souza's body. That was too bad. It was a nice looking swing. McCarthy to serve. Overpass by Sarnowski again and out of play. That is not a difficult serve. Matt Sarnowski with a little bit of work to do on his serve reception. Oh, that's a nice pass by Burns there. Souza again, this time hammers it through the seam. Purdue leads 11-9. Sarnowski serving, Indiana receiving rotation 2. This one's coming all the way outside to Diedrichs. Yes, indeed. Into the block and covered. McCarthy will run this down. Right on the net, an awkward play sent over by Clifford. Pipe attack to Burns. Off the block and out of bounds. And I love that Purdue uses the BIC as an in-system option in their offense. That's going to force an Indiana timeout, now trailing by 3. Not a whole lot of super clean volleyball being played by these two teams, at least in this set. Could be to be expected for it being the first day of the season. But I'm impressed with what I've seen from Purdue's kind of second string lineup here. Heron clearly the starting setter, but a lot of other interchangeable pieces. And with Big Ten MVP, reigning MVP Jake Watkins on the bench, Purdue up a set to none, up 3 points in set 2 against the in-state rivals. Nothing to complain about there. Indiana just has yet to find one arm that they can really rely on to score them a bunch of points. Diedrichs has been good in the front row with kind of limited chances. But it doesn't even feel like the Hoosier offense has gotten a chance to breathe or operate in this match. It could be because of the kind of herky-jerkiness that accompanies a 6-2. It's weird to have discontinuity between the setters. Diedrichs on the left side, over the top of the block is Doug. Ball right on the antenna. What a shot from Souza! Slapping that ball cross court off of Diedrichs' chest and out of play. I didn't think he was going to be able to get that before it got to the antenna. Nice athletic move by the Brazilian. Purdue lead swells to 4. As Indiana is still searching for something with the offense. This time Bess on the right side into the block. And that ball should easily be covered. That was a nice high swing by Garrett Bess. But it falls harmlessly on the Indiana side for a Purdue block point. 14 serving 9. Tough pass from Mariso. Diedrichs out of system, needs this one to go, and it almost does. Can Sarnowski run this down at the wall? Yes, he can. Free ball here for the Hoosiers. Clifford in the middle, slaps it across. Kept alive again, another free ball for Indiana. This time Bess on the right side, and he's rejected by Souza. What a stuff block for Purdue, and this gym is going insane. The home crowd coming alive. Indiana had a couple chances on free ball there. But they went to the lefty, and he was rejected by the sixth-year veteran Souza. And that momentum for Purdue comes to a screeching halt with the service error. Not sure who that set was to. Free ball for Indiana. They've got to have this. Diedrichs on the left over the top of the block. Nice block touch. Ball kept alive. Souza is going to have to send over a free ball pretty much. Handled by Diedrichs. Bess on the right. Into the block again, but this time out of bounds. Looks to me like Victor Souza has the number of both Indiana lefties. Bess with the kill that time, however. Ariso with the serve. Good hand pass by Burns. Oh, sorry, that's Jacob Larson into the match to play defensive specialist. And tipped to the floor out of the middle by Pace Balster. That substitution undone with Larson back to the bench and Ross Bear to the front row to play the opposite. Good hand pass by Diedrichs. Got to be a double contact, and yes, it is. That's a no-brainer call in the double contact there. You see varying styles regionally and at different levels about what's allowed to be played on, what's a violation when it comes to ball handling. But I think most people would agree that that one came out a little dirty. Service error by Heron will give the serve back to Indiana, but they trail by 5. With Jackson Weil coming back in to set and serve. 12 serving 17. Awkward pass there by Burns. Out of system swing coming from Souza on the right side, and he's rejected by Diedrichs. Big red wall by the Hoosiers. And this set definitely not over yet. If Indiana can continue to flex their muscles in this rotation, and they do with the service ace. Weil working on Sarnowski again. Rotation 1 received for Purdue. They have Bear on the left side, who is very comfortable over there. Pounded Pounded through the seam by Pace Balster on the 31. And Purdue sides out with some authority, with Souza back to serve, up by 4. Jump serve handled pretty well by McCarthy. Big time block by Purdue again. This time Camden Hill is the victim. Bear and Balster all over that one. And Indiana's going to have to take their second of 2 timeouts. This match in danger of slipping away. Purdue leads by 5. 19-14, closing in on a 2-0 win. I want to give you an update on what matches are coming next here on the live stream. This will be the first of 2 back-to-back streamed matches for Purdue. They will play in a rematch of last year's Big Ten Championship match against the Illinois Fighting Illini right after this. Then on stream will be the Battle of Michigan versus Michigan State, followed by Purdue against Ohio State, and the day will be capped off with Illinois against Wisconsin. A lot of really good volleyball coming your way. Out of the timeout, here's Souza. Diedrichs on the right side through the seam, stuck by Souza in middle back. Bear cross court, pounded to the floor. Not good blocking by Indiana there at all. That ball was set way inside. And no adjustment done by the one blocker, Camden Hill. Bear puts it away with authority. Purdue leads by 6. No signs of slowing down towards the end of this set. Diedrichs again on the right side. That is an incredible swing from about the 10-foot line into the deep cross-court corner. Diedrichs definitely the bright spot for Indiana in this match. Another nasty serve. Bear can keep this one alive off the curtain, but a free ball coming here for Indiana. Opposite's taken out of the play. It's going to have to be McCarthy. Into the block, but covered. Now Hill on the right side through a seam in the block and down. And a huge point for Indiana on serve that they absolutely had to have. This is the server that can bring the Hoosiers back into this. Another good one, working on Souza's hands. Out of system swing for Burns. Rolled over the top and kept alive. But a free ball coming here for Purdue. Hyper fast tempo. What a play by Diedrichs. Free ball again for the Boilermakers. Burns tips it straight down the line to the floor. Heck of an effort by Garrett Diedrichs defensively. But teams that are this good at this level do not let free balls go unpunished. The Purdue lead back up to 5. 21-16. Indiana running out of chances here. Awkwardly tipped over the top. And Burns on the left side with a joust. That's won by Indiana. Oh, actually won by Purdue. I'm not sure who touched that ball last. It landed out of bounds on the Purdue side. It was determined that Camden Hill touched it last on the joust. So that'll be a Boilermaker point, and Balster goes back to the line. Perfect pass. Snyder is stuffed that time by Noel. And yeah, there's just something about the Indiana offense that is not working. It could be the two-setter thing, just the lack of continuity. But the middle connection has not been there. The opposite connection has not been there. There's the Bic to Diedrichs, which is snipped out and stuffed by Noel for 2 in a row. And that'll bring up 8 commanding match points for Purdue. 24-16 as the gym clapping in unison. Balster better jump serve this ball. Not a bad look, but missed short into the net. Indiana now with a mountain to climb. All Purdue needs is one side out on the serve of James Snyder. Nice little hesitation by Noah on that offensive play. And a huge, convincing win for the Purdue Boilermakers over the in-state rivals. With what could be argued as not a starting lineup for Purdue, they get the job done in convincing fashion over an Indiana team that just was not firing on all cylinders offensively. Nice respect shown after the game by both teams. This is definitely not the last time these two teams will match up this year. Definitely look forward to further matchups between the two. Go over and grab a quick interview from one of the Purdue players on the stream. But other than that, I want to thank you all for joining us. This is Rob St. Clair. We will be right back in about 20 minutes. Give the teams time to warm up again. Purdue will be right back in action against Illinois. Stay tuned. Jack Heron here, ladies and gentlemen. Victorious setter from Purdue there. Talk to me about what the Indiana-Purdue rivalry is all about at this level.
For the most part, it's just all of us having fun, messing around with each other. It's always been a good matchup between us two, and this year we pulled it out, so it was nice.
You'll see him again, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Tell me about your offense. What enables you to run that ball to the pin so ridiculously fast?
I can get those passes high enough to get the middle jumping on everything, so I try and get it out there as fast as I can. So,
nice work. Ready for the second half of the back-to-back?
Yeah, I'm going to hope so.
Go get him, dude. Nice job.